Hi everyone, welcome to the video. Today we're chatting about 14 health habits that have changed my life. Now, a quick disclaimer before we get into it, I'm not a doctor. These are just things that I have picked up over the years that have helped me with my overall health. So some of these habits have come from what my mom taught me, the way I grew up. A lot of them have come from podcasts that I listen to, and then I also read a lot of books. Let's get right into it. The first one is to move your body. I find it really important to move my body in some way every day. So some of the ways that I like to do this are just by going for walks, doing Pilates, doing a ballet class, playing tennis, stretching. These don't always have to be long spurts of moving your body. It can be really quick. It could be a 30-minute walk or 10 to 20 minutes of stretching or yoga or Pilates, anything that gets you moving. The second one is drinking water. Now, I know you've heard this one before, but when we're sleeping overnight and we're not drinking water, we get really dehydrated. So it's a really good idea, if you can remember, to try to drink a full glass of water in the morning when you first wake up. I have a rule for myself that I try not to touch my phone before I've had a glass of water. So one, it's a good motivator to drink my water if I would like to get on my phone, and two, it stops me from going on my phone first thing in the morning. It also helps with digestion once you start eating in the morning. My third habit is chewing your food well. So this is something that I actually naturally do, but it's a good idea for everyone to do. Because when you're chewing your food for a longer amount of time, the saliva is helping to break down that food, and then it helps with things like not bloating or any GI issues you might be having, and helps with digestion as well. It also helps with not overeating. So if you take a little bit more time to chew and it takes longer to hit your stomach, then your body will realize that it's not hungry sooner, and you won't end up eating more than your stomach can handle, so you get nauseous or feel sick. The next one is deep breathing. So this is one that I try to practice every day, anytime that I have extra time or I'm feeling stressed. So if I'm in the car, I do this a lot, or first thing in the morning, I'll try to remember to do some deep breathing, or if I find myself in a really nervous or anxious situation and I need to calm myself down, then I'll practice deep breathing as well. One of the major benefits of deep breathing is that it stimulates your vagus nerve, which in turn reduces your fight or flight response, and then that slows down anxiety, stress, nerves, and it also can lower your blood pressure. One of the ways that a physiotherapist explained to me how to do this is to use 6-dimensional breathing. So you're breathing into 6 different areas. So you think of expanding this way horizontally and expanding vertically and then expanding from front to back as well. So you're really filling every area of your lungs as much as possible to its fullest capacity. The fifth one is to eat whole foods. So by whole foods, I mean not processed foods. So things like vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, grains, fish or meat if you're eating that, those kinds of foods. So staying away from things that have gone through multiple processes. So anything that's coming in a box or a package probably has gone through a few processes. Whole foods have more nutrients, so if a food has gone through different processes, it's probably decreased the amount of nutrients that it has. Another issue with processed foods is that there are often added preservatives or unhealthy, harmful oils. The sixth habit that I often use is using smaller plates to put food on. So I often do this one with desserts to make sure I'm not overeating. I do this especially in the evening because I don't want to be overly full when I go to bed. I always make sure to eat enough food that I'm not hungry, but I don't want to overeat so that I'm feeling nauseous or sick when I go to bed. I especially do this with less healthy foods, like if you're having chips or dessert or something, then choosing a smaller plate helps me stay conscious of my portions. My seventh health habit that I'm working on is gratitude practice. So this is actually one of my New Year's resolutions for this year. It was last year as well, and I was pretty successful with it. And I definitely find that it helps with your overall happiness. Every morning when I wake up in the morning, I try to make my first thought what I'm grateful for that day. So these can be really small things like the comfort of your bed, or bigger things like your family and friends. Studies have linked gratitude to a lot of different benefits. They say that it can improve health, helps you stay resilient to adversity, and can help with your relationships, romantic relationships, or family and friends. If you want to give this one a try, first thing when you wake up tomorrow, think of 3 things that you're grateful for, and it can be anything. And I bet you'll see some small improvements in your life as well. My 8th health habit is doing yoga or Pilates or some sort of low impact exercise like that. Especially on days where my body isn't feeling super energetic, I try to listen to my body as much as possible. It keeps me enjoying doing exercise. I'm not punishing my body, I'm enjoying every time I get to do it. One of the benefits of doing exercises like Pilates is that it keeps your muscles really toned, especially your core. It helps improve your balance as well. If you have any injuries, back injuries, something like that, then Pilates can be really helpful in that way. And then it also keeps you flexible. Number 9 is drinking bubbly water instead of pop. So when I was a kid, I used to love like sugary pops and sodas. I wasn't allowed to have them very often. We weren't allowed to have them in the house, but it still feels like a nice treat to have a carbonated drink. So if you're craving a carbonated drink or soda or something, try switching to the sparkling waters so that you still feel like you're giving yourself a treat. It's not just plain water, and often there are flavored ones as well, which are delicious, but it doesn't have any of the negative impacts that soda pops do. Number 10 is having dark chocolate for dessert. So I often feel like after I have my dinner, I'd like to have something that tastes different, that tastes sweeter. It kind of satisfies my sweet tooth after a meal. So I like anywhere between a 70% to 85% dark chocolate, and I try to make sure it's decent quality chocolate as well. So aside from satisfying my cravings for a dessert, dark chocolate also has quite a few benefits. So it has antioxidants, it improves your mood, it lowers anxiety. Some studies have also shown that it can improve your brain function, it can lower your blood pressure, and it can reduce your risk of heart disease, which is pretty great for dessert. To me, it sounds better than having other desserts which are often highly processed or don't really have any other benefits. My 11th health habit is doing short workouts on a regular basis. So I put this one in here because it's how I actually do a lot of my workouts. I don't always have 45 minutes or an hour to do a workout, but I always have 10 minutes. So I'll make sure that I do 3 or 4 different exercises and a couple of stretches at the end so that I can hold on to my strength that I've been building. One of the ways that I actually get myself to do this regularly is I do my workouts in front of the TV at night. So you know at like 8:30 at night or 9 o'clock at night when you're just watching your Netflix show? That's a great time to spend 10 minutes and do a plank or some glute bridges or a little bit of stretching so that you're actually making use of that time as well. My next health habit is meditation. So this is probably one that you've heard before, that there are lots of positives to meditating. It's not something I'm able to maintain every day. I find it very hard to create this as a habit every day, but maybe 3 or 4 times a week, I'm able to take 10 or 15 minutes out of my morning or my night before I go to bed and spend that time meditating. The biggest benefit that I find for myself is that it helps you stay in the present. So I'm definitely somebody who worries about things that are coming up in the future or even worries about things that have happened in the past. And meditation is something that completely brings you to the present moment. So you're not thinking about something that's coming up tomorrow or next week or something you're nervous about, something you're dreading. It kind of helps you be able to manage your thoughts. Meditation can also help manage stress and deal with some of those negative emotions you might be feeling. It can also help you increase your patience and your tolerability. So especially for my job, and I'm sure most of our jobs, patience is something that I really require to be able to do my job well. My 13th health habit is stretching. So as somebody who grew up dancing, obviously this is something that I did on a regular basis, but even if you're not necessarily seeing the benefits in being flexible, there are a lot of benefits to stretching itself. So things like reducing risk of injury, reducing your muscle soreness, or lowering the tension in your muscles, and improving your posture as well. Last but not least, number 14 is taking cold showers. So this is one that I do not every morning, but maybe every second or third morning. And there are lots of benefits that come with taking cold showers. Aside from waking you up in the morning, it boosts your immune health, it lowers your inflammation, decreases muscle soreness, and a lot of people also say that it can help with weight loss and promoting glowy skin and hair. And who doesn't want that? Those are my 14 health habits that have changed my life. If any of them resonated with you, try putting that habit into your life as well and see if you see the improvements. I definitely have. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do give it a like, and if you're liking my channel, then please subscribe. It really helps. I'll see you next time. Kind of like satiates your appetite. It kind of satisfies. It kind of satisfies